Right, the first thing I'm going to mention is that the game will be free to existing owners of any other Train Sim World game. Now that's out of the way, let's get down to the exciting details of what is included. So you can see the trailer there playing in the background, which sort of gives you an idea of what we're going to be getting into. But anyway, the UK route for this release will be the West Coast Mainline South, running between London, Euston, and Milton Keynes. Now, I'm sure some of you will be like, oh, only to Milton Keynes. Well, it's still 50 miles and there's 28 stations on it. And included with it is the Class 350 Desiro in the LNWR livery, the Southern Class 377/2, so a new subclass of Electrostar, so cool. You've got the Deutsche Bahn Class 66 returning. Yep, I know, Class 66 again, but that's fine. And we've also got the London Underground 1972 stock from, well, I suppose the Bakerloo, but it will be included within the route. And then if you have the deluxe edition of the route, or deluxe edition of the game, you'll then also get the Class 390 Pendolino. So quite smart of them, really, to include probably the most wanted train within the deluxe edition. But yeah, if you get the deluxe edition, you'll also get the Class 390 with it as well. So once again, West Coast Mainline South, Euston to Milton Keynes, and deluxe edition Class 390, looking very nice. But then we move on to the German side of things, where we're going to be getting the Kinzigtaubahn, which runs between Frankfurt and Fulda, and is a whopping 64 miles long. And with that, you'll be getting the DBBR 411 ICE-T, or ICET, the DBBR 193 Vectron, which will be in DB livery, which is interesting. The DBBR 423, the DBBR 146.2, and also another new train, the DBBR 114, of course, with the Dostos as well. And if you get the deluxe edition, you'll also be entitled to the Flix train Vectron as well. So that's the first time we're going to be seeing Frankfurt in the game, but the second time we'll be seeing Fulda in the game, as that's where the line runs from Frankfurt to Fulda. Anyone with the Kassel Würzburg route, yeah, you will recognise Fulda is at sort of the midpoint of that route. But that's the German offering of Train Sim 5. And then we get on to the German, hang on, no, we've already done the German, the US offering, which is the Metrolink San Bernardino line, which runs between LA Union Station and San Bernardino. Slightly surprised to see this one as one of the base routes for Train Sim 5, considering I sort of thought it would be a Train Sim 4 DLC, but that's fine. So this route will give you dense suburban scenery, roads and highways, town blocks. Think of it as sort of a peninsula corridor of LA. So 57 miles, 16 stations, and with it you'll get the Metrolink MP36PH-3C, as well as the return of the Metrolink F125. And you also get the Rotem cars and cab car and Bombardier cars in two different liveries. That's the old Metrolink and the new Metrolink livery. And then, yeah, if you get the deluxe edition, you'll be entitled to some freight layers, as the Cajon pass route is included with the deluxe edition of the game. And now that's the new routes and content available. Let's get on to the different editions of the game, which will be available, as well as the pricing point. So the standard edition will cost you £39.99 in pounds. And with that, you get the training centre, San Bernardino line, the West Coast Main Line, and the Frankfurt Fulda route. And then with the deluxe edition, you'll be getting the San Bernardino line, West Coast Main Line, Frankfurt Fulda training centre, but also the Class 390 Pendolino, the Flix train Vectron, as well as the Cajon Pass route, and that will cost you £59.99. And then the special edition, which is sort of more suited to new players of the game. This gives you everything included within the standard and deluxe, as well as the Kassel Würzburg route, the Bakerloo line, New York Trenton, the Goblin line, and the Bremen Oldenburg route. So you get a fair amount more for the price of £104.99. And just to reiterate, remember the game will be free for existing owners of a Train Sim World game, but this is only for the first 30 or so days. So until October the 17th, you will be able to get Train Sim World 5 free of charge. But of course, if you do that, you won't get the new content. You do have to purchase the new content. So yeah, bear that in mind. And also with the deluxe and special editions of the game, you'll be entitled to 5 days early access. So you'll be able to start playing on September the 12th. And then we get on to the new core features of the game. This is probably a bigger step than what it was from TSW3 to TSW4. So the Live Map 2.0, which gives you a more user-friendly UI, new icons and train service information, and we also now have labels. So instead of just a random blue line in the middle of nowhere, it will now say Cheddington or Euston, Milton. You now have labels on the map, which is fantastic. We've also got a conductor mode, so you can check passengers' tickets, remove luggage from the gangways, and experience TSW in an all-new way. Probably one of the major changes, which in my eyes is superb, as it gives you another aspect into railway life and just gives you more to do on the game instead of just driving. So yeah, that's conductor mode. You've got fast travel, so say you're at Milton Keynes and you saw a train whiz past and you want to quickly get down to Bletchley, you can simply click on Bletchley and it will load you there without going back to any menus. We got route hopping, so say you driving from Eastbourne to Brighton, you got to Brighton and you were like, let's go up to London now on the Brighton Mainline route. There'll be a little marker, you go up to it and it will load you onto the Brighton Mainline route, the same weather, same time, same everything. So same thing if you're on the Bakerloo line up to Paddington, quickly seamlessly switch over to the Great Western Express route. We've got a photo mode update, so you can change the weather, the time, and I think there's also some sort of there's more automation to it as well. Digital display screens, so when you're going along at 100 miles an hour or so and you try, or currently click on a screen, it'll be shaking all over the place and it's quite hard to click buttons. Now when you click on a display screen, it will sort of be its own separate thing, no shakiness, it's just easier. It's quite hard to explain, but digital display screens are much easier and friendlier to use now. Track shadow rendering improvements, so you won't see a shadow sort of loading in ahead of you on the track. That's now been all sorted. And training centre, there's new locos and tutorials for sort of common issues people have when starting in the game. And if you thought that was all, no, there's more. They've also given us an insight into what's coming post-launch. So this is sort of the roadmap. So we do have a add-on, this being the MBTA commuter, which will run from Boston South to Framingham and Worcester. So the return of MBTA to Train Sim World. And we've also got another section of the West Coast Main Line coming. This is by Just Trains, which will run between Preston and Carlisle. We've got the first Netherlands route in the game, which will be the Spoorlijn-Zwolle to Groningen route. A Cardiff City network route, so the first Welsh route in the game, and also sort of the first proper network. So there'll be lots of different, A to B to C to D to a whole network of routes. That's going to be exciting. And we've also got the Pausches Ludwigsbahn, which will run between Mannheim and Kaiserslautern, wherever that is, and also a Great Western Express remastered, which will be available for free to players of Train Sim World 5 with the original GWE add-on. So that will be cool as well. And then we have a quick mention of Train Sim World VR. Yep, and a VR in Train Sim World, but it's not quite what it seems. So it's a new title on the Meta Quest. There's the keyword Meta Quest. We are creating the ultimate train VR experience, and you can wishlist it from today. Train Sim World VR New York, developed in partnership with Just Add Water, gives MetaQuest owners the chance to play a version of Train Sim World's Harlem Line route as an immersive VR experience. You'll be able to drive the M3A and M7A trains and accelerate above the streets of Park Avenue and through the woodland suburbs, as well as navigate stations on foot and feel the detail of this 24-mile line. So yeah, Train Sim World VR is not Train Sim World 5 VR. You won't be able to go in the Pendolino as VR. It's a whole separate game for the MetaQuest. The reason they've chosen the MetaQuest is because the majority of sort of VR owners are Meta Quest. And it's also based in New York because most people in the US seem to have some sort of Meta Quest headset, so that's why. We've got a small update for City Transport Simulator, so map expansion, Vienna Type D tram, AIDB licensed trains, new sidings, new liveries, more levels, and more city law. And also, it's coming to consoles in the future. So yeah, that's just a small little update on that. Train Sim World Tycoons. This is a Roblox experience. So Tycoon experience on a brand new platform, allowing a whole new audience to recognise their love for trains. Working with our partners at Tailwind, we are mixing the joy of driving in Train Sim World with a genre that Roblox players love, the Tycoon. They will build and run their own stations and then drive trains around a charming world that's shared with friends. The world we are building is full of charm and character, so there's always something to see out of your train window and always something to aim for on the horizon. Also, lots of characters work in your station, ride on your trains, um, and run stations of their own. And all of them absolutely love trains. Yeah, that's Train Sim World Roblox, which isn't really much to do with that. But yeah, the main thing, yeah, there is Train Sim World 5, which is going to be releasing on September the 17th. Or, however, if you get Deluxe or Special, you will get 5 days early access starting on September the 12th. But yeah, do pop your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think? Are you looking forward to it? I mean, I think the big thing for me is the fact it's free if you own another Train Sim World game, so that's fantastic. Apart from that, thanks all for watching. Apologies for the slight sort of different video quality. I'm currently in North Wales at the moment, so sort of yeah, making do with other things, other technology. Apart from that, thanks all for coming in, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. See you all. Take care. Bye, guys.